So good
Some
morning,
of
everyone.
the students are unable to find the class link, sir.
What is the reason, Amma? What is the reason we are using the same link, kada? Just a minute. Why is happening like that? Something see, we need to change an option. Just I will see. Just I will just go through. We are using the same link for the last few classes actually. So we'll just verify whether that link is working fine or not. So this is the same link we are using. Okay, this is okay. We could see how many people here. I could see 42 are there. See who can bypass the lobby, everyone. So always let okay. Everything was fine actually. Still there is a problem. Just find out. See, I have seen 59 people are there in this class. We need to find out what exactly is the reason for having what is the problem for joining this class. We need to just because we are having the same set of rules that uh, no new permissions are given, the same permissions we are doing it.
Sir, now only I kept the class link in class group, sir. They are joining, sir.
They are joining. Okay, ma. Thank you, Ramesh. Then. See, as far as this classroom is concerned, there are no conditions that are kept for entering. The reason is we are already told in September 1st that there is a chance that your principal and head of the department or any other higher official can join in any of the classes. So that is the reason there are no particular rules for entering. So if there is you're not a part of team also, you can join and you can just listen to the class. So anyway, we'll start the class because everything was fine now. Very good morning, everyone, and again welcome back to the series of this classes on artificial intelligence. We are in between. Actually, we have started the second unit. We are in between just learning about various guided searches. Like we are learning something about searches which will have heuristics. That's what we are doing actually. So this is what we are focusing for the last few classes. So we are just learning about algorithms which are augmented with heuristic, and we have three different types of alternatives that will be discussed today. And again the same way like today also. Today we I will give this quiz for this class, and every day you have a quiz that will be followed for every class that we have practiced till August 20th. So we will do the same practice. So this class is a very simple class because most of the people who are sitting in the class know about an A-star algorithm, and most of the people also know about a best first search algorithm. So once you know about these two, obviously this class is as simple as any other class. So in this class, what is that we are trying to do is we are trying to tell you about what exactly is this branch and bound concept. This is already done in the class with a different name. What is a hill climbing algorithm? What is a beam search? And what is that we have done so far for the last 4 or 5 classes? So most probably when you remember yesterday class, day for yesterday class, we are talking something about having a heuristic function like this. X is a number of nodes, or x1 means at that instant what is the node is. It is a combination of two things. So this is what the entire summary of what we have done in the last class. So you have an algorithm which finds the shortest path between the starting state and the goal state, and some algorithms uses g of x, some algorithm uses h of x. We have an algorithm called as a star which uses both of them. We have an algorithm which uses the promising node at that moment, and many other things are there. We have other algorithm where which takes best two at that moment in the priority queue. Many types of algorithms are there. So just I will get into the earlier one, the next slide. Like this is what we have done. We call this best first search as a combination of DFS and BFS. And best first search, whenever you try to apply this algorithm, it will find out best at that moment. That is the reason this best first search is also called as a greedy search or greedy algorithm. And what is the difference between best first search and A star? The main difference is the heuristic. Here, best first search, the heuristic is f of x is equal to some g dash of x, g dash of x, which will give the promising node at that moment. For A star, we have seen this is what your heuristic is. Like it will bother about the distance between the starting state to the current state plus the current state to the goal state. So many times this h of x is what we are going to predict, but when you are given a problem, the h of x value will be given, g of x value will be given, so you need to apply the algorithm to get the output. So this is very important. What exactly is best first search? What exactly is this? And what is the final heuristic of A star algorithm? So this is what we have seen so far. Can somebody now just tell me, if somebody wish to have some different type of algorithms, what can the heuristic that they can take? Can somebody unmute and tell, this is the final heuristic that we have? Can we have some algorithms which can have heuristic as f of x equal to g of x? Is it right? Can we have some algorithms which have f of x equal to h of x? Is this possible? Just a minute. Did I start recording? Yes, it was recording. Okay. Okay. See, I have written three heuristics here. Can you just unmute yourself and tell me whether these three can be possible? A star algorithm has this type of heuristic. Can you have a heuristic like f of x is equal to g of x? Can you have a heuristic like f of x is equal to h of x? Is it possible? Because heuristic is, how do you understand? Heuristic is your perception. See, for the same problem, you can have n number of heuristics. But whatever heuristic that you have taken, you need to ensure that your solution is faster and you get an optimal solution. So can this f of x equal to g of x is valid, or can f of x equal to h of x is valid? Can some algorithms have this type of equations also? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So my voice is audible. Yes. Okay. Then we'll just go to this other thing. See, how many types of A star algorithm versions are there?
Two types.
Yes. So if you remember, the first step is this type, like it will only bother about the distance between the starting state to the current state. So that algorithm is called as branch and bound. So initial version of your A star algorithm is called as branch and bound, because branch and bound is an algorithm which will have its heuristic as f of x is equal to g of x. So if somebody ask you what is branch and bound, you need to explain the basic A star algorithm. So whenever some people ask you A star algorithm, you need to tell about only this part now, because you know already two versions. So the final version is the final. So whenever people try to have an A star algorithm, you have to tell about f of x is equal to g of x plus h of x. And whenever people try to have this branch and bound algorithm, you have to say the initial version of A star algorithm is nothing but branch and bound. The heuristic is f of x and g of x. My other question that I have asked in this class is, can the other algorithms can have something like f of x is equal to h of x is also possible? Can you have some algorithms which can take this heuristic also? Is it yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the name of the two algorithms which have f of x equal to h of x is your hill climbing and beam search. So you need to be very clear now what exactly we have done so far. So what is that I told for best first search is, you have a heuristic which will give the best node at that moment. Or at that instance. Some textbook says that at that instance. This is what the heuristic you have taken. For your A star algorithm, what is the heuristic that you have taken is f of x equal to, the heuristic that you have taken is f of x equal to g of x plus h of x. Many times h of x is the estimated value between the current state to the goal state that we have seen. So for branch unbound, you have a heuristic that was taken as g of x. You have two algorithms called as hill climbing, and I just will exactly just see that name, like beam search was there. These two algorithms, the heuristic is different, that is h of x. So if you see all these algorithms at this moment, you can understand that all the algorithms differ in the way in which they take the heuristic. But why this hill climbing is inclined towards h of x, why this branch and bound is inclined towards g of x, why the final output of your entire second unit is A star algorithm which talks about both of them, and why this greedy search or best first search talks about best node at that moment, you need to understand. You have many applications which talks about the best at that moment. We have many applications which talks about the distance between the starting state to the current state. We have also applications which talks about the starting current state to the goal state. We need to have we have many applications which will talk about all the values, in particularly the value that is predicted, that is called as h of x. So the interest of the class is very simple now. The interest of the class is, we have seen the trace of this A star algorithm. We have also seen the trace of branch and bound algorithm, because branch and bound is nothing but the first version of A star algorithm which talks about f of x is equal to h of x. Again, the class is very simple. The reason is we are only trying to have these two algorithms in this class, which is very simple. Like you need to think about now, hill climbing is the traditional algorithm. Even yesterday also I said, when you consider the distance between the current state to the goal state, there is a chance like I see this type of output is possible. When you try to go for a hill climbing, I need to get an optimized value called as this. But interestingly, this value I need, but what is the value that I will get is I will get all these local maximum values. While you use a heuristic called as h of x, that will come to know when you implement this. Sometimes what will happen, you will get something called as plateau also. Like some for all the values, what is that you get is you get a constant output. So that we'll see when just we implement this hill climbing in Python. But as far as this class is concerned, what are the heuristic that I have selected for hill climbing is h of x. H of x many times is the estimated distance between your current state to goal state. But since you have a static algorithm, the h of x is the distance between the current state to the goal state, that is 100% prediction. So that is a statement because this type of problems will be given. So again, I came with the same example that I took yesterday, but I have removed these values which were there in this braces. When you have some values at this braces, the meaning is g of x was given. So you could see here h of x or h of n was given, which represent this many number of nodes. And again, when g was 0, the meaning is it is a goal state. S is a starting state. Now just seeing this diagram, just you can just quickly tell me what exactly is the next step that has to be followed. So this is what the diagram is. It will just open. Just a minute, I think. Anyway, we just will have a trace of this algorithm, how it will be, because so this is what your so in general, again I will start with open consists of S, and again your close will have all the nodes that are visited. So at this instant this will be there. So what are the successors of S is what you can see here. Successors of S are A and B. So S was listed in closed, and this open consists of A and B. So the heuristic values of A is 12 and B is 4. So A is 12 and B is 4 and 12. So this is B, this is A. So I have to choose B. So when I choose B, the meaning is it is enclosed. So what are the successors of B is E and F. E and F will come here. A is already having a value called as 12. So EF E value is 8 and F value is 2. E value is 8 and F value is 2. So again the same way that we just operate in the same way that we have done yesterday, like F will be the starting of the node and E will be here. F value is 2 because it was prior to Q again. Since F was at the starting of your Q, then I take S, B, F, and you are concerned about exploring the children of F, that is I and G. I value is 9 and G value is 0. I is G, and this is E, and this is A. I value is 9, G value is 0, and then 8 is there and 12 is there. Since 0 is the minimum thing, that we get this SBFG. The same algorithm that we have seen with G, that will differ. So this is what your final output is. Can somebody now just tell me, to print the path from SBFG, what should we do actually? If I wish to print the path like SBFG, is the printing of close is enough? See, the output of close is SBFG. Can I say the output of the entire problem is SBFG? If you print the close, do you get the output in all the cases? At
No,
this moment,
sir. I think not in all cases.
yes, not in all cases. In this case, in very few cases, the output of close will be the path that we are expecting. Many cases, like you take 70 to 80% of the cases, you will not get the output like this, because I have taken a very small example to demonstrate all these algorithms. That is the reason you are straight away getting the values as SBFG. And not, it's wrong that you print the output of close and say that this is output. So open and close are the data structures that are vital in implementing this hill climbing or A-star algorithm or any other algorithm. But what is also vital is the parents are vital. Like assume that, see here, I have an arc between, say assume that this is not a binary tree, and at this moment E is having two parents. One parent is S, other parent is B. And assume that I have an arc between S to F. Who is the parent of F?
B.
Parent of F can be B at this instant, but parent of F also can be S. But what path you are interested actually? The parent of F is B. At the same time, the parent of F is also S. But what path you are interested actually? A path which is more promising is you need to store. So assume that you have a path called as, just a minute, I will just write here. I have a path called as SBFG with a cost of, I assume that the cost to travel is 10. You have a path called as SFG, the cost is 6. So what is the parent of F now actually? Your algorithm is trying to predict the shortest path between the starting state to the goal state. And now your algorithm has two paths now. This is a path and this is a path. And if you travel in this path, the cost that has occurred is 10. If you travel in this path, the cost that you have occurred is 6. What is the parent of F now? You have to remember.
S.
Yes. So initially, you may have traveled in this path and say that the value is 10. At that moment, you have remembered the parent of S as B. But after the next instance, while you do it in a traveling salesman problem, starting from starting state and visiting as many cities with least cost. So you can have a path like SFG with a minimum cost. So when the two paths are there, we will remember and print the promising path. Then we need to change the parents if the promising path is better. See, I said promising path at that moment is 10, but I found a new promising path. Then I need to change the parent. Initially I have stored my parent of FSB, but I have found that 6 is better. Then you need to change the parent. This changing the parent, that discussion that I have done here, this you have to do for A star algorithm, this you have to do for best first search algorithm, that you have to do for hill climbing, you have to do for beam search, you have to do for branch and bound. All the algorithms, the same printing will happen. So when you try to apply a heuristic, you found that this path is better. You apply the same heuristic for a different path, you are getting to the closer to the goal with a different path with a shorter distance. Then you need to change the parents if needed. So whatever examples that we take for taking the classes will be simple, but all the other textbook problems will not be as simple as this, and you will not get the output like output of clauses as SBFG this much easily. The problems will not be there, because many times you will have to visit the same node for more than 2 or 3 times to print the path. So this is a simple hill climbing method, and if you implement this simple hill climbing method, many disadvantages are there, because hill climbing aims at having a heuristic called as h of x. H of x is the distance between your current state to the goal state. So that is the reason I said for a few instances of data that you have, sometimes you get something called as a plateau like this, the same consistent value, then there is a declination. And when you are achieving for a global maximum, you will get all this called as ridges. All these are local maximums, we call them as ridges, but your hill climbing will not get this type of value, which we call it as an optimized value at many times. So this can be understood only when you just try to implement whether what is a plateau, what is a ridge, and what is a local maximum, what is a global maximum. What I am referring here is a global maximum, where most of the algorithms try to have this, but many of the algorithms will get these local maximums, which is better at that moment. We call it as a ridge. So you need to understand the basic nomenclature of each algorithm. Then once your trace was understood, obviously you need to get into implementing the part, because implementation is the difference between any two girls who are sitting in the class. Because I can have an implementation which is different from other girls, she can have a better implementation strategy than me. So implementation varies. So we said branch and bound is a technique which is the first version of A star. Hill climbing uses h of x, and A star algorithm that we have discussed in detail yesterday. Also we have seen an example. For the last 2 classes, we have taken 2 classes to understand what exactly is A star algorithm. So the final discussion point of today's class is a beam search. Again, beam search uses a heuristic called as h of x. So the understanding of beam search is, can somebody unmute and tell at any moment how many promising nodes you are taking? Is it one or more than one? At every iteration, how many promising nodes we are taking?
One, sir.
Only one. What will happen if you take 2 promising nodes and explore? Or what will taken if you take 3 promising nodes and explore? That is called as beam search. So what is beam search is, just go to these slides now. See, a beam search is a search which will apply this best first search procedure with a heuristic. Best first search, or you can say that you just ignore this best first search. You can say that you take a traditional breadth for search and apply W. W is called as a branching factor. What will happen if I take one promising node at this moment? If I take one promising node at every stage, that is a hill climbing algorithm that we have seen. What will happen if W is 2? At this instant, I take two promising nodes. What will happen if W values can be here? W is 1, so then it is called as a hill climbing. W can be 2. You take two promising nodes at every level. Every level means in the terms of queue I am talking. Or you take three promising nodes that you have in a queue, or you explore four promising nodes, what will happen? This is how this algorithm will think. But the emphasis of the main part of algorithm is there is a heuristic. That heuristic is your h of x. H of x again is the distance between your current state to the goal state. Many times that h of x I said is a predicted value. So based on that, your A-star algorithm efficiency will increase or decrease based on how do you predict h of x. So again, I am repeating, beam search is a traditional algorithm which will take heuristic as the current state to the goal state. But what is that we do is when you consider a queue, we can consider W. If I say W value is 2, the meaning is every time you take two promising nodes and explore these two. Again in the next stage, you explore all these 4 and then take again 2 and 2. It depends upon how do you take the branching factor. That is, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be 4. It can be depends upon the way in which your application needs. So if you assume that this W is 2, what will happen for this trace is just we will see what exactly this algorithm is and I will stop. So the same diagram that we are using, again just I will see whether this diagram is there or not here. So we will use like this. So the same diagram I am using. So obviously I will try to have a trace again because every time I have to take S. So how many successors are there for S? If you see, you have two successors. So at this moment, since I have taken the bound as 2, I have to consider both of them. So at this moment, because two successors are there, there is no need that you have to consider h of x, because these two must be visited. So two successors are there. I am not bothered about this h of x at this moment because only two are there. I have taken this w as 2 at this moment. So the w, the branch factor that I have taken is 2. That is the reason at this moment there is no need that you have to consider this h of x. So S is what it is. So these two nodes has to be explored now. What are the successors of A? Successors of A are C and D, that has to be considered. So C and D you have to write here. And what are the successors of B or E and F? You have to write here. So what was visited is two values at a moment. So S is visited earlier. Now A and B are visited because your W value is 2. If W value is 1, you say every iteration in a queue I am only taking 1. That is a hill climbing algorithm. So at this moment, what is the value of C is 7 and D value is 3. C is 7 and D value is 3. E value is 8 and F value is 2. E value is 8, F value is 2. E value is 8, F value is 2. So again, from this 4, how many has to be taken? From this 4, how many has to be taken?
2, sir.
Yes, again what you said is right. So every time what will happen is I will take the two promising nodes. At this moment the two promising nodes are like this. So that is nothing but your beam search. So again, every time you have this close, what is that you have is A, B, then you get this F and D. So once your F and D was listed here, you need to write the success of both F and D. So F successor is I and G, and D successor is nobody was there. So obviously I can keep here because G is the goal.
ఏంది
We need to you need to mute yourself. That's what it is. Okay. So since your G is the goal and G value is 0, again we have only two values in the open list. So there is no need that you have to consider these two, because automatically, as your algorithm says, you need to consider the promising nodes. Again, what is that you get is S, A, B, F, D. By default you will get IG because G is your goal state. You will stop, but you need to understand whatever you are printing, this close is not the path that you need to get. The path you need to get is SBFG, but what is the output you got is SABFDIG you got because you have used a beam search. At this moment for this problem you felt that your hill climbing has done a better job because it is already printing the path for close. So my interest of this class is like whenever we take the second unit, we try to have a discussion about the best first search and A-star algorithm. All these are the basic algorithms that everybody has to know, because based on the basic algorithms only there are some extensions. There is a basic algorithm called as hill climbing. What is the thing that we do in hill climbing is every time you take a best one in your queue, but what will happen if you take two best things? This is what your beam search is. So what we did today looks very simple, but it's very important to understand the basic nomenclature of your AI algorithms in particular, because last few classes, like for the last 5 to 6 classes, I'm just trying to introduce you the way in which your algorithms are made. Actually, this is how these algorithms are developed. That's what my intention is. That is the reason I started with best first search, depth first search, then best first search, A-star algorithm. Today we have seen three basic algorithms, and most of the discussion that happened today, most of them are elementary discussions that most of the people know this. So this is what the summary actually, not only the summary of this class, it is the summary of what actually we are talking about the second unit algorithms. So I said best first search algorithm is an algorithm which is a combination of BFS and DFS, which will move based upon the selecting the best node at that moment. So initial version of A-star algorithm is called as branch and bound. We have seen the trace of this algorithm and this algorithm in the earlier classes. You could find the videos in your YouTube channel or whatever Microsoft Teams it is, you can have this. And we have seen the traces of hill climbing algorithm, beam search algorithm today, and A-star algorithm. You have done it for 2 classes. So I feel like you take a small example and try to have execute or at least trace this particular algorithms that I have listed here, so that you will have a different understanding of each algorithm, because every algorithm is different. See, beam search was there. We have almost 3 different versions of beam search available. Hill climbing was there. We have 5 different versions of hill climbing. We call it a steepest accent hill climbing, natural hill climbing, innate hill climbing. We have different names and different strategies are there. I just have introduced the basic strategy on which hill climbing was started. I just introduced what is the basic strategy that beam search was started. Instead of choosing a best promising node, you take 2 or 3. What will happen? What type of algorithms need this beam search? What type of algorithms needs hill climbing? And the most important discussion that I have done today is about the path that I have not stored here, but I have done something about how do you change the parent when you have a promising path is very important discussion, because every time whatever algorithms that I have reported here, they will talk about how do you print the path. When you are printing the path, you need to store the parent address. Parents will change with respect to how do you get a promising node. So this is what the class is, and what is that you do is I have a 4 or 5 questions that I have given. I will post it here itself, and the same thing I will post even in your Google classes, because Google classes today, every day you will get more information in the Google classes from today. So just click this link and try to solve, try to answer this, because it will take not more than 1 or 2 minutes to answer this. Before the what is that I do is I will just download this attendance list. It is surprising that the attendance for these classes, again I'm telling the same thing, is very less. Now it has reached 150. When I started it is 70. I don't know what exactly the understanding of the people who joined in middle, because whatever options that I kept for joining the room, I have made it open so that everyone can join and everyone can leave on their own discretion. So most of the time, like 50 to 60 people are joining it initially, because initial discussion is very important, which will drag into the next discussion. But if you just are not able to present in the first few minutes, you just try to see the videos if they can be viewed in this Microsoft Teams. So today, what is that I do is I will just give some material for these algorithms in your Google class. You can see that material. I will post the different quiz in that Google class. Again, I will just try to have an intuition paper, like which will create some intuition for people who wish to and develop these programs in Python. That 3 things I will share at 10 or 11 o'clock after this class. So follow that Google class. In particular, it is better if you type something here, like if you have any doubt in between, you can type, because this chat box is visible for everybody. And anything, like if you wish to have a different dimensionality of the teaching, or if you wish to have some comments, you can write on that feedback, because that feedback is taken so positively, so that the teaching that I started in 2000 is different. Now it is different. So obviously we have to change, and we are changing. So that is the reason we are just asking feedback for almost every class except few. So if you have any doubt, just you can unmute yourself, or if you have no doubts, just you can